Hi y'all! Welcome back to my channel. I'm working on some listings, I'm working on printing, I'm multitasking, I'm doing a lot of stuff. So I'm going to print some more stickers. I want to talk to you guys about my most recent launch, and I want to reflect on it and talk about it. And I want to show you some of the stuff that we are going to be packing, and just talk about a few things that are going on with my small business. So if you're interested, please stick around. Please hit subscribe. It really helps me to grow. I'm really enjoying making these videos, even if not a lot of people are watching them. It helps me document my journey, and it's kind of a good, like, public diary for me to look back on, I guess. I don't know. So anyway, so I launched, here, let me send this link real fast. So somebody requested, so currently my Shopify site, I'm only shipping to the US because, frankly, I'm quite paranoid. Not paranoid, but I'm quite nervous about international shipping. It just kind of scares me when it comes to, like, tracked international shipping. So for a couple years now, I've been doing untracked international shipping on my Etsy. And so if you are outside the US, there will not be tracking, but I ship with an international stamp because on my Etsy, you know, I have small things that fit into a regular small envelope. So, and they're lightweight and they're things I can ship. Anything that's heavier, I can't ship internationally right now. So that's what I'm trying to figure out. One of my goals for 2025 is to get international shipping, at least to start with. Let's, you know, start with one country, like, let's, you know, on my website, because I don't want to have to promote my Etsy anymore. Like, it is really difficult for me, you know, still working a 9-to-5 job, trying to market and keep my stock updated and keep everything going for 2 different platforms like that. For Etsy, you know, the thing that I like about it, and I know it doesn't work for everybody, and there are a lot of issues with it, and I have, you know, separate videos on that, but the thing that I like about it is that at this point, after 3 years and all of the work I've done on SEO and my listings and everything, it kind of just runs itself. So I don't market it at all. And I have 13 open orders. So that's what I like about Etsy. You know, at this point, it's not my main selling platform. Like, I want people to come to my website. If you're in the US, I encourage you, if you have any artists that you want to shop with and they have an Etsy or their own website, I would encourage you to shop on their website, just because, I don't want to speak for every artist or every small business owner, but, you know, Etsy has fees, and yes, there's the share and save program where if I send you the direct link, I won't pay as much in fees. But, you know, when you're shopping with an artist and you shop on their own website, it benefits them more. Just because of that, because of the Etsy fees, people don't always use the share and save link. And I know buyers don't know that. And I'm not saying, like, oh, you know, don't buy on Etsy. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, if you know, are trying to decide if you want to purchase on Etsy or on somebody's website, use their website so that you can help them to grow that and to be able to kind of, you know, grow their own business, versus on Etsy, you're basically renting out a space on Etsy's platform, and Etsy can be really fickle, and listings can randomly disappear, or, you know, it's just, there's a lot. If you would like to support this channel or my podcast, or just me pursuing my dreams as a small business owner and creator, the best way that you can do that is to share this video. And another way that you can do it, if you want to go a little bit further, is to join us over on Patreon at patreon.com/CassieMakesArt. There are a ton of benefits, including digital benefits like work in progress posts, exclusive videos, phone wallpapers, printable files, and there's also a sticker club where you can automatically get stickers that are designed and made by me in the mail every single month without you having to touch anything. It's a great little gift to yourself, and it helps support an independent artist who is trying to make her dreams come true. So thank you for considering joining us over on Patreon. We would love to have you. And if not, I'm just happy that you are here. Thank you for watching this or listening. Just thanks for being here. Please share this with someone who you think would like it. So, but I had somebody in the UK request for me to add one of my listings to Etsy so my collection launched on my website yesterday. It's the Valloween collection. A lot of you have probably heard Valloween or seen it. If you Google it, it'll come up with all kinds of stuff. It's basically a way for us, like spooky all year people, to, you know, create things that are Valentine's Day related that are also a little different and a little weird and a little spooky. So I launched my collection yesterday at 5 p.m. and I was blown away. I wish I could have recorded my reaction, but I wasn't in a place where I could record. I'm so grateful. And, you know, I'm all about full transparency here. So, what I did, and I can show you this right now. My biggest product that I launched that I was really nervous about and unsure if people would be into it, is, these conversation hearts. So, you know, like the candy hearts for Valentine's Day. Ignore that cuddle clones thing. I don't even want to talk about it. We're returning it. We're waiting for them to give us the refund. It's a whole thing. If you see that, I don't even want to talk about it. All I'm going to say is I do not recommend cuddle clones for the plushes. I recommend the other things like phone cases and things like that. But the actual like plushy thing didn't work out great for me. Anyway, so, you know, the conversation like candy hearts. So, I made my own take on that. And they are stickers. So, you know, stickers are, I've said before, they're my bread and butter. Like, they're my main thing in my shop. They're, like, one of my special interests since I was a very small girl. I love stickers, and I love being able to personalize things with stickers. And also to, you know, being able to, like, create a collection of... So, you know, after I got the design down, it was, okay, I have to figure out how the heck I'm going to actually make this thing. I tried printing on regular sticker paper, or no, regular printer paper, and like Mod Podging to the box. The actual like Mod Podging, it made it stick, like it stuck to the box and everything was fine, but I couldn't get the print quality good enough on the regular printer paper. Like I have regular printer paper, like just cheap copy paper, and then I have one that's like a step up that's a pretty nice printer paper that I use for like planner pages and stuff. And neither of them, I couldn't get the, like, color payoff. Like, the color wasn't coming out right no matter what I did with the settings. I tried cardstock. I tried photo paper. I tried to glue photo paper onto the box. And it kind of worked, but it just, again, it just wasn't, I don't know. There was something that was off about, like, the color and the way that it printed. And I said, you know what? You know what my bread and butter is? You know what I know? Like, I know about sticker paper. I know about printable vinyl sticker paper. And that's what I'm going to do. So just like I do for my stickers, I took this design and I resized it. And I had to do a lot of measuring. So I highly recommend getting a digital caliper because it basically just lets you measure things like super precisely if you don't know what it is. So like I can do this and measure this box. It is exactly 2.39 inches long. It's pretty great. And you can also change it to millimeters if you are not a stupid American like I am. So, resizing it, getting the sizing all perfect and the way that it printed everything was a little bit of a challenge, but I got it, figured it out. And I basically just made stickers to wrap around this box. And I had to score the lines because I wanted it to be like a full wraparound. So the side, the front, the other side, and the top are all one sticker. and I just scored on these lines to get it to like, you know, fit. And then the back and the bottom are another sticker. So it was a process, but I was super happy. First of all, like with the color payoff and the print quality on my printable vinyl, it just came out so perfect. And I was like, yeah, this is going to be it. And I decided to do a holographic laminate finish on it because I mean, it just works. So I launched these yesterday. Here, you can see on this one, I don't have the backing on yet. And so there's the actual box. So there's a, but yeah, so I launched this collection yesterday. I'll put in, pictures and videos here. I had, hand-painted pins. I had, those hopeless hearts, which if you don't know, so they're called conversation hearts, or some people call them candy hearts. But I called them hopeless hearts because that is a My Chemical Romance lyric reference from Thank You for the Venom. Give me all your hopeless hearts and make me ill. So when I thought of that, I was like, we got to call them hopeless hearts. And I put conversation hearts for emos on the thing. So I launched the bundles of just the stickers. I also launched these. I'm going to have pictures and videos so I don't have to lift all this up. I also launched these Piss and Vinegar stickers from Gerard and Frank's Homemade Shirts from the Swarm Tour. I had black versions of Conversation Heart stickers as well. Bundles of those that were pretty cool. I had the Fatally Yours and I Don't Love You like spiked hearts that I drew that I was super happy with the sticker quality. Like it came out so good. So anyway, so I launched this collection at 5 p.m. and within the first 2 minutes, I had already gotten 2 sales and I was like, oh my God. Like when I launched and people were on my website, like ready to buy, I was just like, oh my God, like it's happening. Like you guys don't know how many failed launches I've had where like I've got a launch coming up and, you know, 5 p.m. or whatever the time is hits and there's nobody there and it's just crickets. And I'm like, okay, well, maybe I suck at marketing. Let's rework this. It's hard to not like get down on yourself, especially when you make something that you're like, fuck, this is really good. Like, this is really cool. I really love it. But it's like marketing it and trying to like promote it and get people to actually purchase it sometimes, you know, is difficult. And again, I work a 9-to-5 job. This isn't my full-time deal. And I have a lot of, you know, I have chronic illness. I have PMDD, which is debilitating. If you don't know, it's like an extreme version of PMS. And some months it's hormonal. So obviously some months are worse than others. Some months it can be 2 months out of the 4, or 2 months, 2 weeks out of the 4 weeks of that month that I am basically hanging on by thread. It's really hard and I am medicated for it, and that makes it so that I can still function and I can still like work and get through, but it's hard and I push through a lot. I push through, the depression can get really, really bad. Anxiety can get bad, but the anxiety is mostly tamed by the medication that I take for it. But you know, there's a lot of barriers for me being successful, in my small business. Let's just say that. You know, besides having a 9-to-5 job, which obviously takes up 40 hours of my week and a lot of my mental capacity and executive functioning. And I'm also 99.9999% sure I have ADHD. And I am in line, I'm on the list to see a psychiatrist and get an actual formal evaluation for it. But my GP or my general practitioner, my doctor, family doctor, very much also thinks and did the initial screening, and I'm actually medicated for it. I'm not on a stimulant. I am on a non-stimulant medication that I've been on for about a month and a half at this point. And it does take, you know, 2 to 3 months to actually fully kick in because it's not a stimulant. But I will tell you that I have noticed an improvement And I have noticed a huge improvement in my mental health, and I've been able to decrease my antidepressant dose. That, my antidepressant has, I mean, it has saved my life on multiple occasions, and I'm never gonna talk badly about it. But, you know, just taking it for a long time over time, I always felt like it wasn't 100% the right thing. It's the perfect treatment for PMDD for me. Shout out sertraline, my sertraline girlies. If you have PMDD, and you know, are talking to your doctor or whatever, and you are trying an antidepressant, I tried all different ones. I've been on a lot of different ones, but Zoloft / sertraline is the only one that helped with the PMDD, and it helps immensely. But I am on Strattera, just to be transparent, for the supposed or the assumed ADHD that I have. And I can already tell that it's working. Obviously, I'm hesitant to be on a stimulant medication. I'm not going to go down that route and talk about, like, I don't have anything against it. If that's what you need, my husband takes a stimulant medication. It's the only thing that has worked for him. He's been on all different ones. Everybody is different. I'm not saying that I judge you or look down on you if you take, I'm not saying that at all. I know people take it that way. That is not what I'm saying at all. I'm saying for me personally, I was hesitant and I wanted to try non-stimulant first. And so that's what I'm doing. And if it works for me, then it works for me. You know, everybody's different. And so all that being said, I do have, you know, I do have things that I deal with. We all have things in life. I don't have any children yet, so I know there are people, you know, struggling, working 9 to 5 and also trying to raise a kid or multiple kids and do their dream and their small business, their side hustle, whatever. God bless y'all, because I can barely do it without a kid, and having 2 cats is like, you know, it's a challenge to do all this, because we're not meant to be working this much. We're not. Like, we're not meant to be working this much, but we have to because of, you know, capitalism, and we're trying to just put food on the table while everything gets more and more and more expensive, and our wages from our jobs that we are employed at just don't go up, at least in my case. So anyway, I'm gonna get off of that. But all that to say, you know, there's sometimes when it's hard to, like, fit everything in to, you know, like, I'm the only one doing all this. You know, the first step is creating the art, making the art. Then is, you know, making the sticker, making the pin, making the whatever it is. Because as of right now, everything I do is handmade because I love DIY and that's my favorite part of my business. And I know that I could have time to make more art and probably make more money if I had things manufactured. And I'm not against having things manufactured. You know, some things, but the DIY part of my business, you know, I've done a lot of reassessing and thinking and evaluating, especially over my holiday break. And I can't give up the DIY part of my business. It's like the thing that makes me love it so much. Being able to make these in my house and know that I made them and I have sourced the right materials and I've done trial and error, and it's like problem solving. I really like it. And it's instant gratification as well to make something, like to have something and just make it. It's awesome. So, yeah. So it is hard. It's hard. So you never know how a launch is going to go. And, you know, sometimes people are like, oh, you're already sold out. Like, why didn't you make more? And it's like, you guys have to understand that, like, I don't know how things are going to go, because I have launched collections where I've made way too much. And I used to do like a made to order kind of model, but I found that, and that worked for the first 1.5 to 2 years of my business. Honestly, that was all I could do, was made to order. I didn't have the money to, okay, let me buy all this sticker paper and all this laminate and all the packing materials and everything, and, you know, make a bunch of stuff and have like a stock and hope that it sells. Because at the beginning, it was slow. And so I'm not going to waste all these materials and make this stuff that nobody's buying. So for the first 1.5 to 2 years, I honestly just I did made to order. So if somebody placed an order, then I made the product. And I recommend starting that way. That's honestly the best way to start, in my opinion. I don't think I could have done it regardless, unless you already have a huge following on social media or something. But I did not. So, and I still don't. But now I'm at the point where for my well-being, and also I think it's better for the customers as well. Because when you're doing made to order, like, my processing times had to be a lot longer because I have to make it and then ship it. And I also work full-time job. So now I am keeping stock of things, which admittedly is a pain in the ass. Like, keeping accurate track of, like, how, you know, the quantities of things is not my favorite part of this, but, you know, it has to be done. So, but now I make a stock, and I update my website or my shop, and I go in and I put how many are available, and I stick to it. You know, because I was so, like, in the past too, I'd be like, oh, well, I'm just going to put 10 in there, even though I only have 2 made. And then if I get the orders, I'll just rush and get them all made within the next couple days. Like, that's not sustainable for me. So for me, it's easier to just try. Like, I have to just kind of guess how much people are going to buy or how much people are going to like. And so these yesterday, when I launched, I only physically had the time to make 6 of these. And I honestly did not think 6 of them were going to sell. I didn't, because I have launched things like this before where I sold 2. And now I'm like, fuck, I made 6 of these. And now what am I going to do with these? I got to try to market this and keep this going. But all 6 of them sold within the first half an hour. And sorry. It just kind of hit me, like, when I said that out loud. I'm just sorry. I'm just really proud of it, and I'm really happy people liked it, because I loved it. And I kept saying, like, I literally said to my mom, because I was with her right before I launched, I said, you know, I don't even care if nothing sells, because I am damn proud of this. I'm really proud of this, and I really love it. And the fact that other people did love it and they purchased it really meant the world. So I do have some plain boxes left, and so I'll just have to print the labels and assemble them and get all the stickers made and everything. But there have been people interested in a restock, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm really thankful that people are interested. And so that is part of what I'm doing today, other than actually starting to assemble the orders and pack them. My processing times are still currently 2 to 3 weeks. That's what I did for the last couple weeks in December, because I just really needed to, like, take a break. And I'm still, like, trying to get caught up and get, you know, just trying not to stress myself out too much. So my processing times are still longer than they normally would be, but, you know, I'm working on just getting the orders done and then being able to decrease it a little bit. But I do have to, you know, I have to be honest with myself, and, you know, I'm not Amazon. I can't do 1 to 2 day shipping. I just can't. I work a full-time job, and other than that, I have a lot of other things going on in my life. I'm married. I've got, you know, life things, and I also deserve to rest, and I deserve to do hobbies and things that aren't related to making money. I deserve to sit down and play a video game and not feel guilty about it. I deserve to be able to hang out with my husband and play a game together, or just go for a walk, or go for a hike, or, you know, without feeling like, oh, I need to be working. You know what I mean? So you know, I think a lot of buyers are just accustomed to Amazon and 1 to 2 day shipping, where I mean, Amazon is I'm one person. You know what I mean? I can't expect myself to be like at Amazon. I'm one person. I don't have any help with this. It's just me. So, I'm trying to give myself some grace, but I also want to respect my customers and get their orders out as quickly as I can, because I know they're anxious to get what they ordered, and I want to get that to them as soon as I can. So trying to balance is the key word. Okay. It's difficult, but I just am really grateful that people like this collection as much as I do. And I still have some things available if you're interested in any of it. But I am going to do a restock of the boxes, and some of the pins have sold, which is really exciting, but I'm not going to make any more pins unless they all sell out. But I'm really happy, and I just feel so grateful and thankful that people are into the stuff I'm making, because I'm really into it and I'm really happy. And also just a quick plug for my Patreon. That's another thing that I do. If you're a small business owner or a creator online, and you don't have a Patreon, I would encourage you to do it. This isn't an ad for Patreon itself, but just for me as a super small, small business, and like somebody who has less than 2,000 followers online, Patreon has been vital. And there have been months where I haven't made enough money from my business to actually make anything new, but because I have Patreon and I have that income, I am able to do certain things, or buy a new microphone, or, you know, purchase the sticker paper I need, or whatever it is. And, you know, the reason I started is because there were people who wanted to support me, and I was like, what? And I mean, this is when I had like 300 followers. You don't need a huge following to have people that are like fans of you and your work and want to support you. So I do have a Patreon. And one of the things I offer on there is high quality, printable, and downloadable versions of some of my art. So for this collection, I have some printables of some of the stickers and some art prints. And so these are things that you can take and get printed at Walgreens, or if you have your own printer, or you have a local printer that you want to support, you know, printing company, you can get your own prints made, because the files have no watermarks, and sometimes I put my signature in the corner. That's different than a watermark. But yeah, I have lots of printables, and so I have a lot of people who are really into DIY as well, and they like to just have the digital files and print them themselves. And if they have a cutting machine, a Cricut, Silhouette, they will just take the digital files, and so that's another way for them to have access to my art. And it's a really cool thing, and it's I love it. So another part of my Patreon is a sticker club, where you get a sticker in the mail every month just automatically for being a member of that tier. So I do have a couple different tiers over there if you're interested. The lowest one is $3 a month, and you can cancel anytime, but it really does help. And if anything, if you're just interested in the digital files, or I do have exclusive videos. I have exclusive podcast episodes of my Keeping Myself Alive podcast. I have all kinds of stuff. There's birthday rewards for certain tiers. There's a lot. But one of the big benefits, the sticker club is popular, and the digital files are popular as well. So if that's something you're interested in, especially if there's like a collection where things sell out and I can't, you know, like you can't actually buy the physical thing anymore, then you'll have the printable sometimes of that design. So, but yeah, I just wanted to come on and kind of reflect on, you know, how the launch went and what I made, and I'm really excited about it. And so I'm just going to, I'm going to pack some orders, and I'll have some footage of that, for a different video or different videos. I've got a lot of stuff to do, so I need to like actually put my head down and focus. I can't talk and like pack orders and do stuff. I can't do it. I need to really focus. So I just appreciate you guys so much. I hope that if you have a small business, I hope it's going well. And if it's not, please just hang in there. Please don't give up, because I've been there when you have a launch and it completely fucking flops and you get no interest and no sales. It can feel really demoralizing and really it could feel like a personal failing, but I promise you it's not. Just because you don't get any sales, or maybe you don't get any likes on your Instagram post or whatever, that does not mean, that is not a reflection of the quality of your art. You know how many artists are out there making shit that is way better than mine, than anything I could ever make, who nobody's even seeing their art. You know, but I just encourage you to keep sharing it, because whenever you share your art, you're inspiring another person to either make some art or to share theirs. I highly encourage you to share. I know it's vulnerable. I know that these are all little pieces of our hearts that we, like, every sticker that I make and every little thing that I make is a little piece of my heart and my soul. As dorky as that sounds, it is true. And so it's really vulnerable to put that out there and to share it. Even if it's a, you know, a little like peek at a sketch in your sketchbook. That's something you created, you know, from a vulnerable place. And a lot of your art might have a deeper meaning to you than it does to anybody else. And so it feels like this precious thing that you don't want to show anybody. And please, if there's something that is really personal to you that you don't want to show anybody, then don't. I'm not saying like force yourself to share every single thing you make. In fact, I think you should make things that you don't share. But what I'm saying is, if you've ever felt like, oh, I kind of want to post this on Instagram, but I don't know, like nobody's going to like it, or I don't really know. If you've ever like wanted to, I encourage you to do it, because even if it's just on your close friend's story, because I have seen people share something, even just a little sketch of something. And when I see that, it inspires me to go make something myself, because creating art is healing. And I am a firm believer in there's no such thing as bad art, truly. I just think that creating is so important. And I think there is room for all of us. It is not, you know, I don't want you to think of it as like, oh, well, there's already so many successful, you know, artists or sticker shops or YouTube channels or whatever it is. Like, the market is super saturated. There's no point in me putting my stuff out there. And I've thought those same things, but y'all, it is just not true. It is not true. Everybody has their own unique style, and there's only one you. There's only one you. Your life experience, and like, the art that I make is only the way that it is because of all of my life experience and everything that I have gone through, and my struggles and my, you know, the tragedies I've experienced. And like, the art that I put out there is a reflection of all of that, you know? And you can make something, like, whenever you make something, it is, there's only one of these in the whole world. There's only one of these, and somebody bought this one. There's only one of these pins in the whole world. I made this. I painted it. You know what I mean? It's like, you are going to make stuff that is unique because you made it, and there's only one you. So don't hold yourself back. Here's the way I think of it. This is the thought that gets me through when I'm feeling really down and my confidence is at zero. What's the worst that can happen? That's what I always think. And number two, I think, we're all going to die anyway. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Just go after your dreams and go for it, because what's the alternative? Oh, well, I'm too scared to try it, and I'm just like, I'm not going to go after my dreams because I'm probably going to fail and whatever. You've got nothing to lose. We're all going to die one day. And I am not going to sit here and just accept the status quo. Just, okay, I'm just going to work my 9-to-5 job like a robot and just like not go after my dreams because it might fail. Okay, if it fails, at least I tried. At least I went for it, and I didn't give up. You know, that's what I've learned is the hardest part of this whole thing. You know, I'm a little over 3 years in now. The hardest part is not giving up. There have been times when I have made no money in a month from my business, and I'm working constantly. And I'm like, I'm working for free. What am I doing? But you can't give up if it's something you love and it's something you care about. You can't give up on it. You can't. Because you're going to regret it if you do. Because what if you stuck with it? You know, and so the reason I finally got over myself and said, I need to start making videos and putting my voice out there as much as I'm scared to. And I don't want like people to judge me sometimes is what like goes through my mind. And like, I don't want people to, you know, look at me and think I'm a failure or a loser or whatever. First of all, it's like, who cares? Who cares what a stranger on the internet thinks of you? It doesn't matter. And two, it's because of other creators on this platform. It's because of other creators sharing their process of their running their small businesses and growing as an artist, sharing their art, sharing their experiences. Those videos inspire me so much to not give up. And so if I can do that for one person, then doing this is worth it. 100%. So that's why I'm doing it. And I just hope that you guys will feel inspired by watching this. So anyway, thank you for watching. Please subscribe if you have not. I would really, 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 really love to get to 500 subscribers this year. I have had this YouTube channel since 2020, but I have not been consistent at all, and I have not really figured out what I want to do with it. And I am at the point where I am just gonna create the things I want to create and just put them out there. Even if 2 people see it, I know it's discouraging when you've worked on something and you're proud of it and you put it out there and it's got 2 views. I know it hurts. Trust me. I've been there. I have videos right now that have 30 views that I'm like, this is a good video and I'm proud of this video. And then you think and you say, only 30 people have seen it. But then think about that. 30 people have seen it. If I had 30 people in this room right now staring at me, watching what I'm doing, I'd be like, oh my God. We get so desensitized by like, because you watch YouTube, like I watch YouTube primarily as like, I don't have TV anymore. I don't have cable. I don't have, we cut out like every streaming service because it's just gets expensive and I wasn't really using it. We were watching YouTube and, you know, you get kind of desensitized because you watch YouTube videos that have 300,000 views, 1 million views, 20,000 views. And you're like, well, that mine's a failure. It only got 30. And it's like, but it's not a failure because somebody saw it and you might have changed somebody's whole day because they saw your video. It's not about the numbers. I know it's hard, but it's not about the numbers. And you got to put your head down and you got to say, I'm doing this because I love it. And that is all that matters. And if 30 people see it or 30,000 people see it, it really doesn't make a difference. As long as I'm reaching one person, that's all that matters. All right, I'm going to stop yapping and actually get to work. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Be kind to everybody that you interact with today. Everybody's going through something. A lot of us are hanging on by a thread, and we're just trying to get through the day. So just keep that in mind. Be nice to people. Be kind to people. And go hug your cat. Hug your dog. Hug your lizard. Hug your hamster. You know? And yeah, I'll talk to you next time. Bye. A special thank you to my Bat Parade tier patrons, Planning with Yume and Danielle, as well as all my other supporters on Patreon. Thank you so much for your support.